Hello everybody, my name is Chris, and today we're doing Orisa. Orisa was, I think, the newest character when I got into the game. I could be wrong about that, don't quote me on that one. She was gonna be my main for a while, but then I realized I can't play her and went to Diva, who is the queen of fucking tanks. Thank you, good day. So, I play Orisa when I need to use a tank that, isn't in Diva when Diva's already taken. But other than that, I don't really mess with her too much. She's got a solid thing, like a solid gimmick to work through, but I just don't really fuck with her that often. With my overview done, let's look at her skins. Her base skin is pretty alright. It's tan, I want to say metallic gray, but I'm not sure. And it's got a nice lime green, which goes with this palette really well. I think it's pretty decent. It's very tribal, which works with her origin of being made by a tribe, by a little girl from a tribe. I like it. Worst of her reskins is Dawn, and the reason Dawn is the worst is because it tints the whole thing really well, but the biggest problem I have is that the blues seem a bit almost like electric blue, more so than like a sky blue. I get what they're going for, but it could have been better. Also, when I think of Dawn, I don't think of blue. I think of, like, orange. Speaking of that, Sunrise. Sunrise has a better idea what they're going for. It's really nice, well done. It's pink, it's magenta, it's orange. The colors don't clash. The benefit of her being a mecha is that her entire body can be changed to accommodate the new look. Everyone else is, part human besides Zenyatta, so that kind of fucks with the idea of changing their body to make a new outfit. This one's just like, nah, we got recolors, bitch, fuck you. Next up is Twilight, and the reason Twilight's second best is because, well, it's really well done. The purples all go together, the pink is a good complement. This looks like if Sombra hacked her permanently, which is, I think, a fun idea for this skin's lore. Like, oh no, she was hacked by the Sombra. But yeah, I like it. Next up is Plains. It's green. Therefore it wins. It's just a flip of her normal skin, basically. Green's everywhere, and the accent's yellow. It works together. It's an idea of, like, the plains with some daisies in it, and I like that idea. Also, it just kind of looks good on her. Her worst skin is Sanye, S-A-N-Y-E. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And just like every other lunar skin, it's the same problem. It's really overdone for no reason. Like, look at all this stuff. Look at all this feather, the extra extra mask on top of her face, the extra details in the ability augmenter. Like, just look at all this extra stuff that doesn't need to be here. I like the idea of her being an all white, skin. I like that concept. It works on her. The wood accents are nice, but I don't know. It just looks like they spent too much time on the fringe and didn't give thought to what the rest of it's supposed to be. Plus, the mask is just terrifying. I think this one's called Dinah Skin. I have no idea. I sat here for like 5 minutes trying to pronounce this fucking thing. It's one of the Beatles. That's what I'm trying to get. It's one of the Beatles. This one's a solid color palette, and I don't like bugs. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't like bugs. This looks like a Heracross got fucked with an angry Charizard. That's all I can say to it. It looks like that. Its reskin, Mega Soma, is basically the same thing, only it looks like a Rembrandt got fucked by an angry Heracross. I just don't like the reptile look. This one looks like a scorpion more than anything, but I don't know how to put this. I just don't like them. Next up is Camouflage, and Camouflage is one of the few, like, army pattern skins in the game I actually like, because it has more jagged pieces that, you know, are meant to blend in with like a building or something. You know, she is a defense droid. It was kind of her purpose to be built that way, so her blending into a concrete jungle kind of makes sense, not gonna lie. Next up is Immortal, and the reason Immortal is just above Camouflage is, while I'm not a big fan of the Temple of Anubis in general, I gotta say, this one's pretty alright. The legs are really cool, the idea of the gem being her power source is nice, the overall concept is cool. The only thing I don't like about it is the eyes. The eyes are very key to Orisa's appeal, and this one just has a fucking visor, so that one's a little less... It's a lot less cuddly, because her eyes give her so much personality. I get that she's supposed to be a palace guard in this skin, but the blinking eyes help her have a personality. Next up is Null Sector, and the reason this is fourth best for her is, well, again, the eyes. This one's supposed to be the enemy in the Uprising event, and that's its problem. It's meant to be threatening, which it does that very well, but it's also like a prototype version of her, and therefore it doesn't have the finalized bits of her we like the horns, the eyes, the nice voice, all that stuff. This is just, you know, kill everything that's coming at me kind of thing. And that's its drawback. OR-15, however, is that concept taken to its next stage. This is the middle stage between Null Sector and any other Orisa Skin, because this is kind of her generic design. I mean, you can see her base shape taking form here. You can see the idea they're going with, and you can see her base colors coming through. But she doesn't have her eyes yet, or the AI programming to let her be so nurturing yet. This is just a robot still, but they're getting closer to her actual design that she came out with. For what it is, it's a pretty alright skin. I just think that the eyes hinder it a little bit. Next up we have Protector, and what makes Protector so good is, well, it's got a lot of white, a lot of electric green, which works on this one. I like the futuristic look. I like how her torso is just floating. And I think it's a very well done... Like, this looks like what her design could have been. And then this is like, you know, the Texas Outlaws skin for her, but like the home version. I like it. Or the away version, whichever one's the white one. This one's nice. I mean, I'll talk more about this design in a minute, but, you know, overall the color works on it. Our runner-up is Forest Spirit. What makes Forest Spirit so good is the fact that it's just got a lot of nice, simple things. You know, it's got it's very mystical. I do like the fact that she has a tail and the tail's a leaf. That's so cute. Her pelt is now just, you know, dying leaves. She's got little mystic spiral things, like generic fantasy spirals all over her body. Her whole fucking body's made out of a tree now. The horns are more elongated and have some moss on them. You also have those little fantasy doodad mushroom guys that are everywhere for some reason. Yeah, it's just a good fantasy skin. It's a good anniversary skin for her. I like it. I think it works for what they're going for. However, this did get beat out by one skin, and that is Carbon Fiber. What made Carbon Fiber the best was that it took what Protector had and it made it better by being black. That sounds so racist. What I mean is that black and green is my favorite aesthetic. It's my favorite combination of colors, because almost any shade of green pops on black very well. Black is such it's the darkest color. So having all this, you know, black and gray and then this electric green to work with, you can see all the minute details. You can see the care put into this. With Protector, it all kind of washed out because your eye glazes over at the fact that it's two bright colors stacked on top of each other. This one doesn't have that drawback. This one is just dark on light on dark, and that's very appealing to look at. That's all I gotta say. It's just her most appealing to look at visually, and that's why it's the best. Alright, that's every Orisa skin ranked. This one's pretty short. She doesn't have, like Moira, she doesn't have a lot of skins to work with. But anyway, my name is Chris, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, do what you do, and I'll see you guys next time.